Ever walked into a factory, seen dozens of people buzzing around and thought, what on earth is actually going on here? I have, more times than I can count. And do you know what tool I reach for every single time to cut through the chaos? A process map. Simple, powerful, often overlooked and almost always underused. Today, I'll walk you through how I use process maps to optimize factories, what they are, why they matter, how to create one, and how one simple map saved a client thousands in under an hour. I'm Trevor from Smart Advice Consulting. Over the past 25 years, I've worked in everything from food production to textiles, heavy industry to high-tech brewing. I help teams cut waste, increase flow, and improve quality, sometimes in just days, not months. And one of the tools I keep coming back to? The humble process map. It's not flashy, it's not complicated, but when used right, it's transformative. Let's get into this. So, first of all, why bother with a process map? Because in most factories, people think they understand the process, but until it's mapped, it's guesswork. Process maps expose the real flow, the handoffs, the delays, the workarounds, the hidden knowledge. They reveal lots of things. They reveal things like the exact sequence of steps, where decisions are made, and where they stall, where the 8 wastes of lean hide, so transport, inventory, motion, waiting, overproduction, overprocessing, defects, and skills not being utilised. They also show where variation creeps in, which we know from Six Sigma is the root cause of most defects. As Duran put it, without a standard, there is no logical basis for making a decision, and a process map is that standard. And the beauty? They're incredibly versatile. They work on everything from production lines, invoicing workflows, picking raw materials, even how you make your morning brew. They also tie directly into improvement cycles like PDCA and DMAIC. In PDCA, process maps help define the current state. That's in the plan phase. And in DMAIC, you use them heavily in measure and analyze. They give structure to your data collection and hypothesis testing. Before we get into them, let's tackle a few myths. First of all, people say process maps are complicated. No. Pen, paper, and Sharpie, that's all you need. The power isn't in the art, it's in the conversation. Some people think they take too long. In reality, 15 to 30 minutes is all it takes to sketch out a rough one. It's not a CAD drawing, it's a diagnostic tool. And some people think you need training. Not at all. If you can explain what you do step by step to someone else, you can create a process map. And if you want fancier versions, tools like SciPoc, swim lane diagrams, or value stream maps can help. But the core idea stays the same. Make the invisible visible. Let's do a quick example. Say we're mapping order to shipment. That might look like the customer places the order, then sales inputs it into the ERP system, then the order is printed and passed to dispatch. Next, the warehouse picks and packs the order. Following that, the goods are then shipped. And finally, the customer receives tracking information. You can see the process laid out now. Now we can look at the process and ask questions based on lean. Are we batching orders? That could mean waiting or inventory. Are two people checking the same thing? That could be overprocessing. What useful data do we collect during the process? If none, where could we collect the data? Is there rework, defects, delays in any of those process steps? And which manual tasks could be automated to either speed up the process or reduce the chance of it going wrong? Just sketching this out gives you a diagnostic lens. That's lean thinking in action, seeing flow, spotting friction. And here's a real case study. One of my clients, a mid-sized food manufacturer, was having an issue with materials moving around the factory without traceability tickets being attached. The production and QA teams were frustrated, and finger pointing was rife. So we brought the team together and we mapped the whole process, sticky notes on a whiteboard. This took less than 40 minutes. And what did we find? First of all, there was no one responsible for completing the task of actually attaching the tickets. Second, there was no standard operating procedure for how to complete the task. And we also found the team leader accountable didn't know they were accountable. As a consequence, we reworked the process, clarified roles, created a visual control board, and within days, the non-conformance reports due to missing tickets was solved. No software, just a map, some curiosity, and the right questions. Process maps aren't just project tools, they're operational assets. Here's how you embed them in your daily routines. First of all, lead a standard work. You should be auditing key process steps at least every week. Second, process confirmation. Go and see what's happening. Does it match the map? Third, visual management. So post the maps at the workstations so teams can interact with them and see what standard you're looking for. And fourth, At your tiered meetings, use the maps as a baseline for improvement discussions. And as Mike Rother writes in Toyota Kata, it's not just about fixing, it's about coaching for improvement. Process maps give you that baseline for structured problem solving. So the next time you're faced with a messy workflow or unclear handoff, grab a pen, grab your team, and draw the process. Don't overthink it. Don't wait for perfection, because clarity beats complexity, and every improvement starts by understanding what's really going on. I'd love to hear your take. Have you used process maps in your business? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and hit subscribe if you want more straight talking Lean, Six Sigma, and Ops improvement tips.